morning and welcome to Coffee Talk. I want to talk to you guys about a full circle Coffee Talk moment for me. It's a little scary because it means I have to admit how I'm like shaking. Bleh. Some of the bad decisions I made when I was young, but I think it's important for everybody to see how Coffee Talk is actually working. When I was young and living in Jersey City, I was about 20, and I met this great, awesome, fun Dominican guy who, it didn't take long before I fell head over heels for him. But I need to be completely honest with you. I knew that he had a girlfriend. Not only did he have a girlfriend, but he had 2 sons with her. So many things. Oh my God. So many things were going on. Now that I can look back at who I was, I made every excuse in the world why it was okay that I was with him anyway. I convinced myself that if it wasn't me, it would be someone else. I convinced myself that he loved me, really loved me, but was only with her for the kids. And I allowed so much to go on in that relationship that I found ways to justify. Do you want to talk about insanity? I found legitimate ways to justify why a man would tell me he loved me in my face, but then tell me I couldn't come to his job because it would be, bad if people saw us together. And I smiled and was like so happy to take it. Like, he kept feeding me bullshit, and not only did I take it, but I took it like with a smile. I was so happy to be there, as if he was some prize that I had secretly won. I didn't care that this woman was hurting. I knew she was hurting. I would go to clubs and events and parties where she would be there with him, and I would smile right in her face, and she would smile back in mine, and she knew what was going on. She was eating the same bullshit that I was eating, just on the flip side, but she had more to lose because she was the mother of his children. But at the time, at 20, I couldn't see far enough into the future that one day I would be a mother and what that would feel like. I had no clue. I was so damaging then, I didn't care what I was doing to her. It was irrelevant to me. She was irrelevant to me. I was self-destructive. I was abusing my body. For me, she was no. It was all about what I was getting, how I was filling my clearly desperate and insecure self. Because the only reason that a woman would agree happily to be second fiddle to anyone, to take second place in a man's life, but not only agree, like want it, is if she's the most self insecure, I'm sorry, I'm like so nervous, place. Long story short, eventually after almost 3 years, he and I break up, I move on, life goes on. Years down the road, I make changes in my life, I become a different person. I remember the day that I pulled up Facebook and found her name and started to write her an email. And I wrote to her how incredibly sorry I was, now as a wife and a mother, that I ever allowed her role as a woman to be so diminished that I broke her heart day after day with a smile on my face. And I remember sending that email and thinking, she has no reason to forgive me. Our lives have gone in a totally different direction. I live in Alabama. She lives in New Jersey. There's nothing. She wrote me back the kindest email where she said, we were young. You didn't know better. I know who he is. He's very charming. I forgive you. I love you. And I thought, how lucky is she that that's her heart? She lives with that heart. Fast forward a couple of years, fast forward into Cawfeetawk, I get an email from her yesterday that she's in pain. Something is happening in her life, and that she watches Cawfeetawk every day and wonders if maybe I could help her. And I think, how lucky. Has God been so good to me and has brought so much healing in my life that this woman who I deliberately destroyed and I have come so full circle that now we can come together and help each other. I had to share that with you guys because you need to know that Cawfeetawk is working. We are healing, and I am going to help her if it kills me. I have to get all the facts about what's going on in her life, but she's listening now, and I need her to know that she is a brilliant example of walking the walk, of forgiveness, of love, of what a woman should be. She deserves everything in the world, every good thing. I know you're listening, and I love you. I really do. Everybody have a great day today. I love you.